Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is another online class. Our topic today is endocrine glands and hormone. Endocrine glands are among the glands that are responsible for the regulation of internal environment of the body. Endocrine glands are ductless glands which produce and secrete hormone in the body. The secretion of these endocrine glands, that is hormones, diffuse directly into the blood stream, since there is no duct in the endocrine glands. Hormones or chemical messengers. Hormones are organic substances which are produced by the cells of the body and carried to the site of action or target organ to control metabolic activities of the body or to control the life processes. Now let us look at the location of each of these endocrine glands and their secretions. Pituitary gland now. Pituitary gland is located at the base of the brain. It secretes prolactin which control or stimulate the production of milk by the mammary glands. It also secretes oxytocin which control the flow of milk in the mammary gland. Oxytocin also have another function, but later we are going to discuss the rest function of oxytocin. Another hormone that is secreted by the pituitary gland is antidiuretic hormone, which is responsible for the reabsorption of water in the kidney. Another hormone that is secreted by the pituitary gland is thyroid stimulating hormone, which stimulates thyroid to produce thyroxine. Another hormone that is secreted by the pituitary gland is gonadotropin, which is responsible for the growth and development of gonad, of sexual part of the body. Another hormone that is secreted by the pituitary gland is adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, which is responsible for the stimulation of adrenal gland to produce adrenaline. Another hormone that is secreted by the pituitary gland is somatotropin. This somatotropin is the hormone that is responsible for the growth. Then another endocrine gland is thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is found at the anterior region of the neck. This is the anterior region of the neck. This is the thyroid gland. It produces thyroxine, which is also growth hormone, because it is this hormone that is responsible for the growth and development of individual. That's another functions, but let us continue with the location of endocrine glands. Look at pituitary gland. This is the location of pituitary gland. This is the base of the brain. This is the hypothalamus of the brain. Then this is the pituitary, which is also referred to as prolactin. This pituitary or prolactin is secreted by the pituitary gland. Another endocrine gland is pancreas. This pancreas is also referred to as islet of Langerhans. This is islet of Langerhans. This islet of Langerhans or pancreas secrete hormone known as insulin and glucagon. This is insulin. You discuss their function later. Then another hormone that is another endocrine gland that produce hormones is adrenal gland. This adrenal gland secrete hormone known as adrenaline. This adrenaline has many functions. One of the functions of adrenaline is that it increases the muscular power and resistance to fatigue. It has another function, e.g., it increases the flow of air in the lungs by promote or stimulate the relaxation of the bronchioles and some other functions. Then this adrenal gland is found at the top of the kidney. This islet of gland is found behind and below the stomach. This is stomach. This is islet of Langerhans or pancreas. It is found below and behind the stomach. This adrenal gland is found at the top of the kidney. Then we have another hormone, another gland, which is referred to as gastric gland. This gastric gland is found at the epithelium of the stomach. Then it secretes gastrin. It secretes hormone known as gastrin. This gastrin consists of the gastric juice that contain renin and pepsin. These renin and pepsins are enzymes that are responsible for the digestion of food substances. Then we have another gland which are referred to as ovaries. These ovaries are found in the pelvis. Then they secrete, these ovaries secrete hormones estrogen and progesterone. This estrogen and progesterone are male sex hormone and female sex hormone. This estrogen and progesterone are female sex hormone. This estrogen is the hormone that is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characteristics in females, such as hairs in the armpit and pubic region, the enlargement of waist, enlargement of breast, etc. Then this progesterone is also referred to as pregnancy hormone, because it is this hormone that is responsible for the maintenance of fetus in the uterus during its development. Then we have another hormone, we have another gland which is known as testis. This testis is found in the scrotum. Then it secretes hormone known as testosterone. It is this testosterone that is responsible for the development of male sex characters at puberty, e.g., loud voice, hair in the armpit and pubic region, moustache, beard, etc. Though this testosterone and estrogen as well as progesterone has other functions than those mentioned now, but later we are going to discuss the remaining functions of estrogen, progesterone and testosterone, as well as adrenaline. Adrenaline also has more than 2 functions that you are told now, but later we are going to discuss, or very soon now we discuss the remaining function of these secretions or these hormones. Now let us look at the functions of these hormones now. prolactin. Hormone prolactin stimulates and control the production of milk by mammary glands. Then hormone oxytocin. It is the oxytocin that stimulates the contraction of smooth muscles of mammary glands and thereby control the flow of milk. It also causes the contraction of the uterine muscles during childbirth. It is this hormone that is also regulate the blood pressure, or it helps in the regulation of blood pressure, because it is not only this hormone that regulate the blood pressure. We have another hormone that also regulates blood pressure. That is why it is said that it helps in the regulation of blood pressure. Estrogen and testosterone also help in the regulation of blood pressure. Then we have another hormone known as antidiuretic hormone, ADH. It is this antidiuretic hormone that stimulates the kidneys to reabsorb water from the glomerular filtrate. We have another hormone known as gonadotropin. This gonadotropin or gonadotropic hormone is subdivided into two. The first one is follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, and luteinizing hormone, LH. Let us look at their functions. In women, FSH stimulate the growth and development of egg cells in the ovaries. Another function of FSH is that it stimulates the production of estrogen in the ovary in women. In men, FSH stimulates the production of sperm cells or sperms in the testes. Now let us look at the function of LH, luteinizing hormone. In women, luteinizing hormone stimulates the ovulation. It stimulates the ovulation. What do we mean by ovulation? Ovulation is the process of passing of egg from the ovary into the fallopian tube. Then another function of LH is that it stimulates the production of estrogen and progesterone. These estrogen and progesterone are female sex hormones. They are female sex hormones. Then in men or males, LH, that is luteinizing hormone, stimulates the production of testosterone. This testosterone is male sex hormone. We have two female sex hormones. The first one is estrogen, the second one is progesterone. Then we have one male sex hormone known as testosterone. I want you to remember that this estrogen and testosterone also help in the regulation of blood pressure, as oxytocin also help in the regulation of blood pressure. Now let us look at the function of the remaining hormones. We have thyroid stimulating hormone. This thyroid stimulating hormone stimulates the thyroid gland to produce thyroxine. Then another hormone is adrenocorticotropic hormone. This adrenocorticotropic hormone stimulates the adrenal gland to produce adrenaline. So I want you to remember that it is pituitary gland that secrete this adrenocorticotropic hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone. Then these two hormones stimulate the other glands to produce their hormones. That is why this pituitary gland is called master gland, because among its secretion stimulates other glands to produce their hormones. That is why pituitary gland is referred to as master gland. Now look at thyroxine or triiodothyroxine. This thyroxine promote the physical growth and development of our individual. I told you that this thyroxine is also growth hormone by promoting the physical growth and development of an individual. Then this thyroxine also increases the metabolic rate by breaking down carbohydrates and fats to release energy, and thereby increases the rate of cellular respiration. Then another hormone is parat hormone, PTH. This parat hormone regulates the amount of phosphate and calcium ions in the blood. Then another hormone is insulin and glucagon. It is pancreas or islet of Langerhans that secrete these two hormones, that is insulin and glucagon. Now let us look at the function of insulin. Insulin stimulates the liver to regulate the blood sugar by converting excess glucose into glycogen. Then if you look at the second hormone is responsible, which is glucagon. It is responsible for the stimulation of liver to regulate the blood sugar by breaking down glycogen into glucose to suppress low blood sugar. That is the role of glucagon. It stimulates the liver to regulate the blood sugar by converting or by breaking down glycogen, that is stored glycogen, into glucose to suppress low blood sugar. Then we have another hormone known as adrenaline. This adrenaline has many functions, as liver has many functions among the organs. This adrenaline also has many functions among the hormones, but let us mention few of these functions. The first one is that it stimulates the dilation of the pupils of eyes. Then it also increases the rate of heartbeat. Another one is that it increases the muscular power and resistance to fatigue. Another one is that it causes shivering, which generates heat to the body during cold weather. It also associated with the fear and anxiety. It is associated with fear and anxiety. It also increases the rate of clotting of blood. Look at adrenaline. That is why it is said that it has many functions, but to mention few, look at it. It also increases the rate of blood clot. It is not blood platelet itself, but it has the element of blood platelet. It increases the flow of air in the lungs by aiding the relaxation or by stimulating the relaxation of bronchioles. Then it raises the blood sugar. It raises the blood sugar. The last one to tell you about the function of the adrenaline is that it prepares the body for emergency, and thereby referred to as emergency hormone. Now another hormone is gastrin. This gastrin, I told you that it is found at the epithelium of the stomach. The function of gastrin is that it activates the gastric gland, or it stimulates the gastric gland to produce gastric juice that contain enzyme pepsin and renin. You are already familiar with the role of enzyme pepsin, that it is enzyme pepsin that is responsible for the conversion of starch into maltose, while renin is responsible for the curdling of the milk. Now another hormone is glucocorticoid hormone, such as cortisol. Let us look at the functions of glucocorticoid hormone. It breaks down non-carbohydrate food substances such as proteins and fat and oil, and convert them into sugar, that is glucose, by the process known as gluconeogenesis. Another function is that cortisol is responsible for the inflammation. Cortisol is responsible for the inflammation of the cortisol also control the inflammation. Okay, cortisol control the inflammation by suppressing the immune response of the body. Cortisol controls inflammation by suppressing the immune response of the body. Another function of the glucocorticoid hormone is that it increases the production of glucose in the liver. So by breaking down non-carbohydrates food substances into sugar, look at this number 1.1. It breaks down non-carbohydrate substances such as protein, fat and oil into glucose by the process known as gluconeogenesis. Then glucocorticoid hormone increases the production of glucose in the liver by breaking down non-carbohydrate food substances into sugar. Then the last function of the glucocorticoid hormone is that cortisol enhances the constriction of blood vessels and thereby regulate the body temperature. That is, glucocorticoid hormones also assist in the regulation of body temperature by constriction of the blood vessels, by enhances the constriction of the blood vessels. Now let us look at the hormone of the ovary. Estrogen and progesterone, that are female sex hormones. Estrogen stimulates the development of female sex characters at puberty, such as hairs in the armpit and pubic region, uterus growth, breast development, enlargement of waist, etc. Second function of estrogen is that it promotes sex urge in female. The last one is that it regulates blood pressure. Now let us look at the function of progesterone, which is another female sex hormone. 1. It prepares the uterus for the implantation of embryo after ovulation. 2. It prevents ovulation during pregnancy. During pregnancy, ovulation should not take place, because this ovulation is the releasing of egg from the ovary into the fallopian tube, and during pregnancy it should not take place. Now the third one is that it stimulates the development of mammary glands at the later month of pregnancy. So the mammary gland will develop in size. Though this hormone cannot be responsible for the flow of milk or production of milk, it can only responsible for the development or the enlargement of mammary gland at the later month of pregnancy. Now this hormone is also referred to as pregnancy hormone by maintaining the fetus during its development in the uterus. That is, another function of this hormone is that it maintains the fetus during its development in the uterus, and thereby called pregnancy hormone. The last hormone to discuss now is male sex hormone, which is known as testosterone. The function of testosterone are: it stimulates development of male secondary sex characters at puberty, such as hairs in the armpit and pubic region, muscular body, deep and loud voice, beard, mouth stake, etc. 2. It promotes sex urge in males. Then the last one is that it also helps in the regulation of blood pressure. That is that about your today's online class. For your assignment,